Good morning, students. Few of you have missed the online classes of chemistry. We have already started with the new lesson, that is second lesson, Is Matter Around Us Pure? If you see your textbook, NCERT textbook, the way the lesson description is given will not follow the same. Will follow in different methods. So how we will be going to learn this lesson? First I'll tell you. This lesson is related to the different substances, that is pure substances and impure substances. So first we are going to learn about pure substances, different types of pure substances, their properties, examples, etc. And then we will discuss about impure substances, that is mixture. Not only that, how we are able to separate the different components of mixture also we are going to learn. So we'll start our discussion with pure substances. What is pure substances? A pure substance is one which is made up of only one kind of particles. That means if you are given a substance and you are going to break or split the substances to smaller and smallest particles, you will always get only one type of particle. No other type of particle will be present in that substance. Pure substances are always homogeneous. We are not able to separate the pure substances into any other substances by physical or chemical process. Pure substance has fixed composition. Composition means their chemical compositions. Which substance, which chemicals are present in them, that is fixed. And these substances have fixed melting point and fixed boiling point. So if these are the criteria of pure substances, so let's see which are the examples of pure substances. Like oxygen, hydrogen, carbon, sulfur, iron, copper, gold, silver, water, carbon dioxide, common salt, chalk powder, these all are pure substances. Now if you see the examples, from the examples it is clear to us that pure substances are also of different types. Let's see which are those two types of pure substances. One type is known as element and the other type is known as compound. So first we are going to discuss about elements. What is an element? An element is a pure substance which cannot be broken down into two or more simple substances by usual chemical reactions or chemical methods. An element is always made of only one kind of atoms. The concept of atoms and molecules we are going to learn in third lesson. We'll just remember atoms means the smallest particle of any matter. That's called atom. Elements are also classified in four different groups: metals, non-metals, metalloids or semi-metals, and noble gases. So one by one we'll discuss about the different properties of metals, non-metals, metalloids and noble gases. Now mostly we'll be focusing on their physical properties. We have already learned in class 8 what are the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Once again, we'll recapitulate here. Generally, metals are solid at room temperature. Room temperature in the sense, we can consider the temperature 25 degrees Celsius to 27 degree or 30 degrees Celsius. That is room temperature. It's observed that most of the metals are available in the solid state at this range of temperature. Second, metals are malleable, means metals can be beaten into thin sheets without breaking. That means if we apply external force on the metals, they can be converted into very thin sheets and they will not break. Without breaking, they can be converted into thin sheets. For example, all of you have seen aluminium foils, silver foils. Silver foils, mostly it is given in the sweet items. Aluminium foils are used to pack the food items. These are nothing but very thin sheets. Third, metals are ductile. That is, by applying external force, metals can be stressed or drawn into very thin wires without breaking. Like copper cable, copper wire. Electrical cables are made of copper. Aluminium cables. Fourth point, metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. They have luster. Luster means shiny appearance or shiny surface, glazy surface. Usually metals are very hard and strong and they have high tensile strength. High tensile strength means metals can withstand very high amount of force or load. Generally, metals have high melting points and high boiling points. They have high densities. They are sonorous. Sonorous means if you beat or if you strike the metals, they can produce ringing sound. Ringing sound means the sound which can persist for little time. That is called ringing sound. These are all the physical properties of metals. Now, based on these physical properties, we can gather few examples of metals like iron, copper, gold, silver, aluminium, calcium, sodium, potassium, zinc, mercury, etc. Yes, there are some exceptions. We are going to learn about that also. Next, physical properties of non-metals. Non-metals are having just opposite set of properties like metals. That means non-metals can be available in solid, liquid or gaseous state at room temperature. They are usually non-malleable, non-ductile, poor conductors of heat and electricity. Usually they don't have shiny appearance, dull appearance will be there. Non-metals are soft, they have very low tensile strength. Comparatively, they are having low melting points and low boiling points. They have low densities and they are non-sonorous. So examples of non-metals are carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, bromine, chlorine, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, etc. These things we have already learned in class 8. Next type of element, metalloids. Metalloids are also known as semi-metals. So what is the criteria of metalloid? Metalloids means these elements have some properties of metals and some properties of non-metals. That means sometimes they behave as metals, sometimes they behave as non-metals. Examples are boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, polonium, etc. Next, fourth or last type of elements are noble gases. Noble gases are also known as rare gases and inert gases. Now question is, why the noble gases are known as inert gases? Because noble gases usually do not react with any other substances. They are very inactive. They don't take part in chemical reaction. And these gases are available in atmosphere but in very small amount, that is trace amount. So they are also known as rare gases. Which are the examples? Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, etc. These are the noble gases. Now these all are the general properties of different types of elements. But in practice, in our daily life, we are connecting with the different metals, non-metals, metalloids, noble gases, which may not fall into this category. That means they may not exhibit all these properties of metals, non-metals, metalloids and noble gases. Some exceptions are always there. Like this, some exceptions I have noted down, I have listed here. Like metals which are liquid at room temperature. Usually they are solid, but there are metals which are liquid at room temperature, like mercury, gallium, cesium, etc. In case of gallium, we have to remember, if temperature goes above 30 degrees Celsius, it will be in the liquid state. Mercury is always in the liquid state at room temperature. Next, non-metal which is liquid at room temperature, bromine or bromine. It's available in liquid state at room temperature. Like that, few exceptional examples are enlisted here. You have to go through and you have to remember these exceptions. Rest all metals and non-metals, they exhibit all the properties which are listed above. Next we are going to learn about the pure substance, that is another type, compound. Today till elements we have discussed. Those who have missed online classes, please go through it properly and write all these things in your notebook. Thank you.